reason I'm pulling the dirt up to the potatoes is that the taller they grow, the more they put out little runners on the under the dirt. So when it puts out more runners, it puts out more potatoes, and that's what we want to do, is increase our potato yield. I don't have many plants, but they're nice, and so I'm just going to rake the dirt up to them, mound it up, and I'll come down both sides. It'll serve two purposes. It'll kill the grass, or at least slow its growth down, and it'll also allow the potatoes to sprout more, and that's what we want. These few plants here should provide me with several months worth of potatoes, and that's what I would like to do and what I'd like to get out of them. The more the better. This is just a small garden, but out of this small garden I generally get enough vegetables out of it to last through the winter months until the next spring when I plant again. And I still have in my freezer tomatoes and pink-eye purple hull peas. Been eating peas quite a bit, and providing peas for the church socials or functions. We have a bunch of old folks that meet on every third Tuesday of the month, and I provide peas for that meal. They seem to enjoy them. It's not often they get fresh garden peas, but in this garden I've planted watermelons on that far row, then I planted beans on that second row. In this third row I've got different peppers and pepper plants and other vegetables in there. And in this fourth row here I have cucumbers and squash. This fifth row is all tomatoes. I think I've got 25 tomato plants and 2 strawberry plants. But out of these 25 tomato plants, I'll have so much in the freezer that I'll be able to enjoy stews and soups and spaghetti and other meals made with fresh tomatoes, canned tomatoes that we do ourselves. My wife puts them up. It's my responsibility to grow them and harvest them, and it's her responsibility to can them and freeze them. Of course, I help with that too. I can't let her do all of it by herself because I grew them. But these potatoes are looking really good, and I hope that I'm blessed with enough potatoes to make some soup stock, stews and soup stock with the potatoes. And I've got some wild garlic growing back over here in the woods that I'll harvest this summer and let it dry up, and I'll use that to cook with. I've got some rosemary to cook with and thyme that I've planted here and there, and it will provide us with plenty of seasonings to cook with. I tell you, I've got to where I make sourdough bread, because the bread that you get in the grocery store nowadays, the flour that it's made from, is so mutilated. And when I say mutilated, it has been processed to the nth degree. They take out all the good, and then of all things, they add in nutrients to it. but the wheat that it's grown from is genetically modified. I think it was in the 60s that a man engineered some wheat that would grow shorter and mature faster. And I don't know how you feel about genetically altered foods, but you have to be careful with the food you get nowadays as far as the processing goes. It seems to be ultra processed, and you don't get any real value out of it. My garden that I plant is all natural. I use cow manure for fertilizer. I put it out at the end of the season, end of the harvest, and turn it under, and it'll rot, and then I'll put in some more leaves about halfway through and let it rot. And so this ground's enriched naturally. I don't have any artificial fertilizers. And I rotate my crops. The corn is where I planted peas last year. Peas put nitrogen in the ground. Corn thrives on nitrogen. So it's a product that's coming along a little bit slow this year. Had to replant the corn because of a cold spell we got. Thought I had lost a bunch of my tomatoes, but I didn't. They survived and are looking good. And but the corn is coming along, so I'll work on it. Today, as I said, I'm going to plant okra. This is a cowhorn okra seed that I'm putting in the ground. This plant will get about 9-10 feet tall, and the okra itself will be about a foot long, anywhere from 10 to 14 inches long. You'd think that a piece of okra that long would be not any good. That's not the case. This particular brand of okra grows tall and grows fast and produces a lot. So I put it in every year. And what I'm doing now on this section that's about 20-25 feet long is I'm going to row it up, mound it up a little bit, get me some hill here. To grow this okra with. Take the tomatoes and the okra and the potatoes, the bell peppers that I'm growing, and the seasonings, the rosemary, the thyme, oregano. Got oregano growing too. But all of those things together and make me up some soup stock to put in the freezer and have there. And then when I get ready for some soup this winter, or stew, I'll have that. And all I have to do is get it out of the freezer. Add my stock to it, the other stock, such as deer meat or squirrel, rabbit, whatever. It's gotten to the point now, I'm 74 years old, and I live on Social Security now. Do have some savings, but I'm trying to stay out of that until I have to have it for whatever reason. I've already planned ahead and have my funeral paid for. Isn't that a great subject? But I have my funeral paid for so that when the time comes, my children won't have to worry about it. All they have to do is make a phone call and plant me. I'll be happy, and they'll be happy, and then we'll all be happy, happy, happy. Playing in the dirt, for me, is a joy. Because I truly believe that the minute I stop working is when I'll give up. And I don't want to give up, not just yet. I'll go till I can't go anymore. Which hopefully that'll be a good while. Get these little peppers covered up a little bit. Okay. Working up a blister already. Put out some cow horn okra seed in here and show you those seeds just a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. It's a little bit bigger seed than the rest of okra seed. But with this cow horn okra, remember I told you it'll get about 9-10 feet tall, and it'll make a spread of about 5 feet. So I don't want to shade the potatoes, so I take 2 steps out, 2 paces out, which will be about 6 feet. And in the ground at 6 feet, I'll put 3 okra seed. 3 okra seed per hill. I can always come back and thin it out if I have to. And I got 5 hills. Those 5 hills will provide enough okra to last all winter. I can have fried okra, boiled okra. I don't like boiled okra, but I love fried okra. I love okra stewed in soups and vegetables. Make a vegetable soup or a potato soup. Looking forward to that. Well, just for fun, thought I'd bring some dirt up around the tomatoes too. Give them some dirt to keep the moisture in until I water. I don't think I'm going to water until Saturday, and this is Thursday, so I'll give it another day for the plants to acclimate. Then I'll come back and water. By then I'll be ready to do some work on the beans and the squash and cucumbers. That's on this row. That row there is peppers, hot peppers, and also some squash. I'm gonna have to replant this part down here where you see all that nasty looking weed that I have to get out. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna roll this up, pull dirt up to the tomatoes, give them a fighting chance. These are a Marion tomato, in case you were wondering. The Marion tomato doesn't get the biggest. It's not like the big boy or the better boy, something like that, but it is a nice tasting tomato that does well. It's a good heirloom tomato. It's been around for years. And you can take the tomatoes each year, do a little work, and get seeds out of them. So you'll have tomato seed for the next year to propagate and start your new plants. I'm sniffing up a storm today. The pecans and the hickories are blooming. I don't ever seem to have a trouble with anything except those. Have a couple of plants that didn't fare too well through the freeze. I tried to cover them up, but they still got some frostbite to them. But it looks like only one is struggling though. I think it'll be okay. This ground is good and rich from all the cow manure and leaves that I've turned under this past winter. And it has rotted real good. Got my 2 strawberry plants right here. By pulling this dirt up, it'll create a trench so that when it rains next week, or when I water, excess water will shed off of the plants and out of the garden. If you've noticed on this garden, I have a lot of rocks, but rocks have never kept this garden from producing. This whole area that I live on seems to be a natural gravel pit, not prit, but pit. And I can't dig without finding gravel. And no, I don't want to be a gravel pit. Gravel pits destroy property. I wouldn't make that much money off of it anyway. I'm not in business here to make money in the first place. I'm here to survive. Do what I have to do to take care of me and my wife and feed ourselves. Went to the grocery store the other day and got just the bare necessities that we needed. We needed milk and sausage and bacon and some organic flour to make bread with, and other staples. We went to Kroger. This isn't a plug for Kroger, but went to Kroger, and between the coupons that we had and the stuff that we bought, we spent $140, and that'll last us about a month, maybe close to a month, not fully full. We'll have to do some filling in between. But make a long story short here with that, with the coupons and the Kroger app, we didn't spend $60 more. I'll put it that way. If we hadn't had the app and the coupons that come in the mail, we would have spent $60 more. But we saved with the coupons and the app. Not to mention 3 cents off on a gallon of gas. If you buy the gas at Kroger, it's a little cheaper. Not by much, but a little bit. But when you save 3 cents off a gallon of gas, it's an added bonus. So make your trip to town count. I live so far out of town that when we do go, it has to count. We have to get a lot of things done in that one trip so that we don't waste money. We want to be good stewards of what the Lord has given us. We don't want to just spend because we have it, but we don't want to be without either. But there you go. That's the tomatoes. Brought dirt up to the tomatoes and they're looking good. The potatoes and the okra are planted. The peppers are looking good. These are hot peppers for making jalapeno cheddar cheese cornbread. And this next row here, this row here is bell peppers. And I've got to come through and work on these a little bit. See if I can salvage them from here down that way is nothing. So I have to replant that. I got some surprise plants this year. Got some radishes. I didn't plant these, but they came up. Tell me why they came up. I don't know. But I'm glad they did. They are nice to add to your salad. I'll come back tomorrow and bring some dirt up over these and clean these out. Make it work. The beans are looking real good. I'll work those out tomorrow too. Over on the end are the watermelons. I have personal sized watermelons over there. Not any large ones, but just a smaller size that works for me and my wife. And I got several of those. Got cantaloupes in there too. I got an Israel cantaloupe that is supposed to be real good. I got a dinosaur egg in there. That's a small watermelon, more like a cantaloupe than a watermelon. And I got some Christmas watermelons in here. If you're not familiar with a Christmas watermelon, is that when they are ripe, or when they are about 12 to 14 inches long, they're ready to pick. And you can pick that, and you may pick it in July, and it'll be good to eat up until Christmas time. In fact, it'll just get to where it tastes even better. It doesn't rot like other watermelons, but keep an eye on it, and you'll have a good tasting watermelon. But I'll roll that up and clean those out tomorrow, along with these beans and peppers. I'll find something to plant on that other end. But all in all, this garden's looking good. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna take a break now from gardening. I'm gonna take a break now from gardening, and I'm gonna hit the drive. I've got to grade my drive because it's gotten rough potholes over the winter, so I got to straighten that out. See you later.